January 13th, 2025. I am your guy, Dame, and this is the Money Line Grind, the only place I'm aware of that is actually making sports betting profitable. We don't do these long lotto parlays. We grind it out. That's why it's called the Money Line Grind, because I'm willing to just bet money lines as long as we make profit. And we are making profit. Let's do a little recap of what we've done so far in this NBA season. Last night, 3-2, a little bit over point 0.8 of a unit profit, but that makes us profitable for 4 days in a row. And to be honest with you, you just got to be happy that we're winning money every day. And we're profitable 5 of our last 6. In the NBA so far this season, we're up a little bit over 9 units at 9.17 units to be exact. We can really attribute this to a great start in 2025 in January, where we're up 4.8 units with a 14-9 record in the month, which represents a 61% hit rate, which is right where we want to be around. Of course, I'd love to hit 99% of my bets. But to be serious, we are betting against professional bookmakers, insiders, algorithms, artificial intelligence, cheaters. The cards are stacked against us industry-wide. A 60% hit rate is really the gold standard between cappers and bettors alike. So happy to be there. And I don't think we're stopping there. I think we could get a couple more percentage points here. Last year, we earned 30 units. I'm not sure what our hit rate was, but we were around, I want to say 60, 61%. I'll double check that. But we're looking to eclipse those 30 units. We're at 9. I think if we sweep today, we'll be almost halfway there, and we have plenty of time. I still haven't really hit many 2-unit bets, and this week I had plenty I wanted to do, but I just wanted to stack it up a little bit, get this over 10 units, and then we can show off the skill set really about how to do a 2-unit bet on this one, half unit here, 1.5, and really get into the bankroll management and betting management side of it, which is where the skill takes place. But let's just build. Let's build a nice cushion. Last night, 3-2. We took Brunson over 23.5 points. He had 23 points in the first quarter. So I know what I'm doing. And Brunson knows what he's doing. Easy win. Thank you for the money, Jalen Brunson. Then we had Bobby Portis over 7.5 rebounds. And he just wasn't effective last night. He finished with just 4 rebounds. And if you recall, I did say that was my least favorite bet. He's on my fantasy team, so I get to see his stats a lot. 8 seemed very easy. He doesn't always grab 10. But just him being a dog normally means he can get you 8. A little disappointed. Maybe next time, Bobby Portis. And then our only other loser was C.J. McCollum over 18.5 points. He was 5 from 15 from the field, 1 from 5 from three-point land, and he finished with 13 points. He could have got there if he hit 2 of those threes or, a couple of unlucky bounces. I think he had a layup down the stretch that would have won it. We wouldn't have won the bet, but he would have got 15, and the layup, rattled out. It was just unlucky night for him. We also took, Paulo Banchero. Welcome back. Over 6.5 rebounds. This was easy money. He finishes with 8. We get paid. Paulo's a beast on the boards. And I'm not sure if Bedazde is hurt, but if he is, then we might need to look at, Paulo in the future for some other rebounding props or maybe PR props. And lastly, we took the Wizards under 106.5. They only scored 95 points. We crushed this one. And next time I might run the scale, meaning I might have bet under 106, under 105, under 104, and just kind of stagger the amount each one. Because if I would have bet, under 100, that probably would have been a plus 200 odds bet, and we could have made some serious money there. So I may dabble into that in the future once we get above 10 units. And let's dabble into these 3 picks I got for you tonight. These are good. These are real good. I know I say I'm going to hit the sweep every day, but this is sweeper ready. The odds know it. These aren't even the greatest odds. We're 130 on one of these, and then we're a 120 on the other. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm taking Ant-Man over 26.5 points. They are playing in Washington against the Wizards. This is minus 130. And you can take it at 27.5 for a much better odds, but I just want to see these wins. Like I said, I want to stack it up, and this is an easier path. The Wizards, worst team in the league in my opinion, and some nights they can compete and keep it somewhat reasonable. I hope they do today just so we can get a little bit more time for Ant on the court to score. They are terrible defensively, and they get beat off the dribble, and they foul a lot. They foul shooters shooting the ball. So I'm going to go with the Wolves' first option here tonight. I don't think Poole wants any smoke here. You don't want to guard Ant. Last time Ant was playing the Wizards was last season. He dropped 50 while shooting 11 from the line. The Wizards, like I say, they hack. They allow the most points, the most rebounds They allow the second most free throw attempts. It's a perfect storm for Ant-Man and the Wolves to kind of build on some recent momentum. So lock that in. Second pick, you know I love a good fade. And we're going to fade Andrew Wiggins. Under 17.5 points tonight, minus 120 on FanDuel. Look, I like Wiggins. I really wish he would have met his potential, but he just never did. And we got to stop waiting for it and start making some money off of his back. He's so inconsistent. But he can play. He just, for some reason, he can't string it together, and that's not my problem. I'm trying to string in these wins. This line is pretty high for me for Wiggins. He's not a bona fide second option after Steph Curry. After Steph, anyone could be your second highest scorer on the team. And to be quite frank, there's a lot of young guys looking to step up in their role, and they might put up some volume on the shots. On the season, he's averaged 16.4 and 13.5 in his last 10 games. He's only gotten over this line 3 times in his last 10 games. I'm going to bet where he's consistent, which is not getting over 17 points, since he's pretty inconsistent. Lock that in as a second pick. And then the third pick, I dabbled with where I wanted to go, but I like the over for the Houston Rockets in the first quarter, over 29.5 points. That's minus 104. They just played the Grizzlies in Memphis. They dropped 119 in the game and 45 points in the first quarter. So they maybe know something. If they could do that on the road, I hope that they could do, 70% of that at home. The Grizzlies allow an average of 115 per game and 29.4 in Q1. In their last 5 games, though, this has jumped. They've gotten real loosey-goosey. They allowed 38 points in the first quarter in their last 5 games. Not to mention, Memphis is 4th in overall points per game allowed. They're 4th overall in three-pointers made allowed. I just think the Rockets are pretty sharp right now. Grizzlies are good. They're good. What are they? Number 2 in the West. They're good. But the Rockets are really sharp. They're a really cohesive unit, and they're at home. And Memphis has been a little loosey on the defense. So those are my 3 picks. You could throw them on a parlay if you want. That's how confident I am in them. But I am counting them as individual picks. I do have an NFL video coming. I got 3 picks for you for the NFL for today's wild card matchup between the Vikings and who are they even playing now? The Chargers. Obviously, I like the Vikings. But anyway, good luck. Check out the football video when you see it. Let's go 6-0. I got 3 picks NBA, 3 picks NFL. Let's get this money.